Okay, so here is one kit that I am pretty sure I could probably condense quite a bit. As much as I love this kit, I have used it once. I can't remember if I've used it more than that, but let's take a look. I don't think I need the doodle pop. I'm going to go through all that stuff separately. I will tell you, I bought these because they were really cute, but it was an impulse buy, and I'm never going to use these. I thought it might be cute, like on a layout, tucked in. Maybe I'll go through and like pick one or two. The 6x6 I might keep, but let's see what I have as far as papers. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a mess. I'm hoping, I'll go through all that in just a minute. I'm hoping I can at least condense it. I don't want to get rid of the whole thing, but definitely see what I have. So the stickers I'm going to put to the side. And then I have all this, and maybe it won't condense. Maybe it will. I have this shadow box, which I have seen multiple people. I've actually taken a class where you can turn this into a layout, so that might be fun. I definitely will keep this. Let's see, do I have? No, I think I had, I actually designed this one for when I was on the My Little Scrapbook Store design team. They do not have any more. I think that Doodlebug might have made their own as well. This was my first one that I ever made on my own. So I might turn that into a layout. I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. All right, I do have a lot of doodle pops there. Put the scraps to the side. Now I know, I love this. I actually know, I don't know if I've already scrapbooked those photos. I know of some photos I could use. I love this. I'm trying to see, let's see what would go as far as baking. What I would keep for baking. So the cookies are cute. Oh, it's the other side of that one. That's a definite. Look at this. I love this. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that I love most of it. This one, yeah, I like it. Oops. It goes really good with that one, and it's very subtle. I like how they did that. This one I would keep. So I'm going to keep, looks like probably I'm pretty much going to keep all these. I honestly thought that I would be getting rid of some. Oh, but look, here's even a recipe card right there. So I think I'd be just fine not keeping. Here's cupcakes. I'd be just fine not keeping, what am I trying to say? The recipe card book. Sorry. You guys know me. My thoughts go everywhere. Okay, so I don't necessarily need to go through all of these papers because I am going to end up keeping this. Like I figured I would keep it. I just wanted to kind of take a look to be sure. So I want to put the hearts facing out, which it'll probably be covered up by a sticker sheet, so it's okay. And I'm going to put the chocolate chips facing out. And this is the Made with Love by Doodlebug collection, by the way. And I'll go ahead and keep these scraps since they are very large. All right. So I'm going to keep these. I'm going to tuck them on the inside just to keep it a little bit more contained. So maybe I won't be able to... Oh, look, at these are from the journaling cards. So I'll keep the one journaling card. I'm not going to keep these other two. Not that it really matters, but I'm not going to keep them. All right. So that being said, I'm just going to go ahead. I thought I would take some of these off, but looking at it, it would probably just be easier to keep it as a whole. So I'm going to keep that the way it is. And since that's the case, I loved most of the papers, if not all. I'll probably keep all of the 6x6. I'm not going to keep the recipe cards. Let's go through. Directions. Although they do make good journaling cards for, you know, honestly, I would take, since they all say directions on the back, I might keep these in my project life section because I can use this as a journaling card and then just cover that part up. And then the colors along the bottom, I could either get rid of. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. Put that in my project life. Maybe not all of them. I'm going to look if there's any. I do like the one with bowls, so I'll keep the one with bowls. I like the gray one with the mixer. And then I do like the oven mitt and the spoons, the flowers, and the bowls. Okay, so I'll keep one of the oven mitts, and that's it. 3 of these, well, I'll keep that one just because it came off with it. And then I'll see if I end up using this with my project life. If I don't, then I will go ahead and I will get rid of it. So I think what I want to do now is just take everything out of here except the sticker sheet, because I know I'm going to keep that. But I have a lot of Doodle Pop. I have a lot of ephemera pieces sticking around here. I don't know why they're just all over the place. Okay. Take all those out. I'm going to keep the stickers because I love the sticker sheets. That's one of my favorite things of theirs. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back. And honestly, I thought I would be able to condense that more. That's okay. I love the collection, so I will just keep it the way it is. I am going to put the 6x6 pad in there, and I'll put this three recipe sheets behind it. Here is how I put my ephemera. I think for those of you who are new, I will kind of explain it as I put these on here. The way I add my ephemera is I take some removable, and I really like the Tombow dots removable. It's cheap to buy them in a bulk. So I take those and I take the ephemera piece and I just add the tiniest amount needed to hold it onto the paper, but I actually put it on a page protector. Now, if you want to use this method, absolutely do not put stickers on the page protector. They will stick. They will not come off. They will stick. That's just an FYI. Ask me how I know. I learned my lesson the hard way. Okay, so that's just in case. But because you get so many pieces of ephemera nowadays, it's ridiculous to try to dig through all of them over and over and over. And I find it that that's exactly what I end up doing, is I do it over and over and over. So instead, looking at this, I can just look at the sheet, and you can see originally I had them organized. Apparently, I've done it before by like the shape, by the color. For me, the way that that I do it really comes down to what the collection is and how they are organized, or you know what I mean, what the collection is. Like if it's all, for example, this sugar cookie jar is red, but I don't put it with the red stuff because I want it to go with the red stuff. So here I have more like the kitchen-y baking stuff, and here I have like the mixing spoons, the cutting boards, and I apparently don't have any room for these. Like I'll put these 3 together because they're all icing bags. And I do put a piece of typewriter paper inside the page protector, and I just use 8.5 by 11. You could use 12 by 12 and actually get even more space. But when I'm scrapbooking, I don't have a lot of space, so that's just what works for me. And I know that these ones that I'm throwing on here aren't organized. I will deal with that more when I go to use the collection than dealing with it right now, because one, it's getting it done, it's getting the job done what I need, and 2, this isn't my goal right now to really organize the kits. I mean, that sounds totally wrong, because it is my goal to organize these kits. However, my main goal is to get them organized, but not, they don't have to be perfect. How about that? You guys know what I'm saying, I swear. Anyways, I've always wondered why people watch my videos. So, okay, now those are done. By the way, just to update now, this was an older collection, so back then I would do it on both sides of the page protector. I don't do that now because they do get caught on each other that way. But since it was already that way, I might as well go with it. Okay, so I'm going to keep these in here. And this is, see, I love these Creative Memories folders. They're awesome. Now, let's go. This was back when, oh, here, I missed one. Oh, I missed a couple. I'm just going to keep finding them, aren't I? This was back when I would go a little too crazy. I think it was COVID. And I would go a little crazy buying enamel shapes. I admit it. I also would buy a lot of Doodle Pops then. I don't do that now. I'm not going to use these Doodle Pops. They're cute. I love them, but I'm just going to go ahead and allow myself to get rid of them. There are a couple, oh my goodness, I keep finding more and more. There are a couple Doodle Pops from older collections that are flatter that I have kept. But even these are kind of yellowing because of the enamel on them. I guess epoxy, whatever you call it. Now these are really cute. They're not too bulky. But I don't want that added bulk. And only having two, I wouldn't like that on a layout. Yeah, so I'm just going to allow myself to go ahead and get rid of these. Not that piece. Careful of hiding ephemera pieces. Although it's only a heart, so it would be okay. But look at all this bulk that I'm getting rid of. I do like the stove. Okay. I will keep this shaped sprinkles unless they are horribly yellow. I know that there's a possibility they will yellow. I will deal with that when it comes. Until then, I'm going to keep them. And I absolutely love these sprinkle ones. I'm okay that I bought extra of the sprinkle ones because those can be used for so many things. And in little clusters, they are just adorable. So I have all my little enamel pieces here. Those, I'm just putting the opened ones inside. And then I'll stick them in here. And now it's a little bit neater. Oh, here's some. Again, these are just Doodle Pops. Oh, I thought, oh, they almost look like they were the shaker ones. This must have been right before they did shakers. Either that or it evaporated, and I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. So the eggs are really cute, though. Wonder if I could take that top part off. Okay, I am going to keep this little egg. I'm going to stick it on my ephemera piece because it's okay that it kind of yellowed a little bit. Because, well, it's an egg. Okay. Give me just a second here to throw these on there. And I will be right back with the next kit. I just had an idea, and I'm not sure, because I really like the size of these because they're the size of the stickers versus the ephemera pieces. So I kind of wanted to see, this one would be easy because you don't necessarily need the top of the bag. I mean, that's cute that it has that. Ooh, this one didn't come off very easy. I'm not going to keep that one. Let's try another one. The flower I'm okay not keeping, but I wanted to try this one here. Just to see what would happen. Is there, oh, they have smaller sprinkle jars, so I feel like that should totally be shaking right now. But let's see if I can gently pull. So if you pull these apart, it's just foam tape in between them. Oh, look at that. This is, oh, sorry. I'm totally out of the screen the whole time. I'm trying not to lean forward so I don't. Maybe I'll have to move my camera. But for me, I'm removing the pop dot. I'm getting the flat piece. Now, with that being said, I don't buy Doodle Pops anymore, but for the ones that I already have, got to rub the adhesive off a little bit. It is kind of in the light, a little bit obvious. Let's see with my little adhesive remover. See if that did any. Well, it's still kind of obvious where it was, but only if you really look in the light. Like, I wouldn't even be able to show that on camera. Well, I mean, see, you can just see where the circles were, and that's it. But look at, that's really cute. And it's got the little epoxy, so if it hasn't yellowed yet, and I'm just sticking that on there because those don't have much of a sticky. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to go see and play with my Doodle Pops real quick and see if there's any I do want to keep. Okay, I took apart a few Doodle Pops. All these are from the one Doodle Pop that I really liked, so it's kind of fun. And just a couple of these, the shaped sprinkle ones. Oh, I'm really happy I did that. Those are really, really cute. And I will definitely use them that way. So that worked. Again, I wouldn't buy a new Doodle Pop and take it apart, and it probably freaks some of you out that I took a Doodle Pop apart. But I've already bought them. So it is what it is, right? Now this one I'm going to put to the side so I can put it in my spreadsheet. And I want to take a look at this one. Man, this is an old one, but there's a lot that I would not use here. This is their coffee one, cream and sugar. Pretty sure I would use, oh my gosh, I have a lot of ephemera. So this one, I'm going to keep most of it. I can guarantee. If I haven't even opened the ephemera, and I love the papers. Well, apparently, oh, I remember what I used it for. I made some like recipe sheets. They were 6x8 or 8x8 to take when I went to Doodlebug's factory for their like Doodlebug event back in 2019 when they put those on. And I'm so blessed that I got to go to that while they still had that, because I'm pretty sure they don't have it anymore. I think they go through 3 craft chicks now. But either way, I love the papers. I'm going to keep the ephemera. And I think what I'm going to do, oh, I even have some pictures in here. So I'm going to put the pictures to the side for a minute, go through those separately. I have some 6x6. Now these are the, like what I meant with the older Doodle Pops where they're small, so I'm going to keep these as is. This was before they added any enamel to them, but they're still really cute. So I am going to keep those. The coffee bean one I will also keep. So the papers can go back. However, the things you can tell probably I'm not going to keep. I might keep this one because the coffee beans will still work and some of them aren't yellowed. These are all very yellowed, so I think what I'm going to do, again because their enamel shapes don't stick permanently, it is okay. I just add extra adhesive. I'm going to take the time and move these. This is a little thing I keep my enamel shapes in. I'm sure you guys have heard and seen about that. I'm just going to take the ones off, like the cookies. It doesn't matter if they yellow because they're brown. The little hearts are okay. And definitely I love their little tiny shapes. I suggested to them once that they make sheets of little tiny just dots of all their colors. They said it was during one of their lives. They said they really liked the idea and they'd talk about it, but I haven't heard since, so we never know. Maybe if they come out with some, I can say, hey, that was my idea. Anyways, I'm not keeping the rest of these. Not even the spoon. So I might do the same with this sheet then, and I'm going to go through them and just put them on here because I know they'll easily come off, and I can see it. It's already there and handy. So let me go do this, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, I have gone through those, and I only kept that little small amount. Oh, I didn't see this one. Let's take the hearts off this one real quick. Some of these hearts have a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but I'm hoping once it's on the page, because again, they're really cute little hearts, so we'll just see what happens, and if not, I'll just get rid of them then. And then I just noticed, so I'm going to put these in here first before I go on. I do have one sheet, interestingly enough, and maybe it's because it hasn't been opened, but they're not as yellowed. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. Oh, there was two of them. Again, this was way back when I bought too many sprinkles, and I don't do that anymore. If I even buy one sheet, that's a thing. Here's the other thing I just noticed, however. I have odds and ends, 2 packages of the same thing. I'm looking at it. I don't know if I would actually end up using enough. I thought about condensing it down. I wonder if I should condense it down or just give one up. Let me grab a piece of typewriter paper to make it a little easier. Okay. I think that it would just be easier to keep ones I know that I'm more likely to use. And I did shove a few things in here that look like they came from different kits that I just wanted to keep, like this milkshake. I don't know where it came from, but it didn't come from this kit. So I like the milkshake. Now keeping in mind, there's already 2 of these. I might keep the coffee. I don't think I need, well, this sugar cookie's not in there, so I'm going to keep it since it's, again, one I just put in there. The Love You I'll keep. I'm not going to keep, let me move this, these little cake things. I just got an idea for this collection. Let me write it down because I just took a picture. Hang on, sorry guys. Okay, gonna set that there. All right, so the iced coffee, yes. These banners, no, you guys know I'm not a banner person. I will keep the heart border. I love that, and the spoons. I'm not gonna keep these little cakes. I already have one. I don't need the tea. The chocolate I'll keep those. Tea time I'm not going to keep. Now keep in mind I already have 1 pack, so a lot of this is just the second pack. So getting rid of that one and the teacups, again I already have one. I'll keep that. Cupcake I already have one. I do like the rolling pin. Tea bag, no. Cookie, sure. Spoon, sure. Coffee pot, sure. These heart cookies, sure. Banner, no. Those little pieces. I won't keep this. I'll keep the little hearts. I'm not going to keep the milk. I'll keep the word sweet. These little pink banners, yeah. I'm not going to keep the macaroons. Macaroons seem like a huge phase in scrapbooking for a while. The only reason I was thinking I might keep the banners is because you can die cut shapes out of them, but I've got all this paper. I'm not going to keep that or that. I don't need 2 of those. I already kept an extra one of those. Those are more macaroons. Now this says I love coffee, but I don't need 2. So, macaroons. These little sugar cubes, by the way, can also make for marshmallows. So I'll keep that. I will keep this little because that can go with any collection. Hugs and kisses I'm not going to keep. This big cart, not going to keep. I will keep the donuts. Coffee. No. I don't need the big cups of coffee. I'll keep the blue one maybe. XOXO again can go with any collection. So those ones I'm not going to keep, and these ones. So a good half of it I'm going to get rid of. Save a little space there. And I'm just going to plop them right on in here with these. And I'll probably forget that I had two, and when I go to use it, I'll be like, why did I get two of all these? Okay. So I didn't get rid of, well, I actually did, this big bulky stuff that I'm getting rid of. Let me see if I can slide this in. Oh, that's okay. I was going to go on the enamel shapes, but as long as it goes in. So these are get rid of. I'll do that in just a minute. I want to slip that right in there. And I'm going to put this back in there. That's more paper than I will use, but a lot of them do have, like this one here, the petite print side, basically the B side. So even if I moved it to a new collection or put it in with my petite prints after I use this collection, hang on, these are way bulky. So more bulky than I thought because of that pack. So I'm just going to move some over here. And now I have condensed this to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more pleasing to the eye when I go to look. It doesn't seem like a huge mess that I would just have to deal with. And that is what we have so far. Oh, I do have some clips that I put in there. They're really old. I don't even remember where I got them. And apparently I got the sticker sheets. I'm just going to keep those in there. They're flat. And this one is documented. I think that's all. Actually, let's go through this last one. Okay, I got this only because it was a class kit from Scrapbooking Cards Today. And so it was Scrapbooking Cards Today. And I did the layout and I had some extra, but what I had extra of, I didn't want to do the pocket page layout that they had with it. So I kind of want to take a look at what I have left and think, what was I thinking? I don't think I'll get rid of it. Like this, I could totally do without. This is rather pretty though. Look at all these pieces still falling out. I have this. So I'm thinking this is probably, I have the sticker sheet. This is probably a good one and done. Very food related. I do have some food pictures. I don't take a lot of them. Gonna have to think about it. Like this wood grain, I honestly don't even like that wood grain, the color of it. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it now because I just don't even like it. This teal, I'm not that crazy about. I could keep that, but I'm just not gonna keep that one. Now this one, I'll keep this one because it's like journaling cards. That'll go. I will keep the tag since I already have it from the class. Let's see, the browns and the pinks. I don't think I like that. I will keep the yellow for now to see if I will use it with this. Oh, well, here's another piece. I'd probably use the lighter pink, but I can also use that. So this is definitely going to go one and done. I don't know. I won't put it in the one and done section, but it's definitely a one and done. Picking the one that I like to face out. I did get rid of 2 papers. I'm okay with that. I don't like them, so there's no sense in keeping them. Oh, I'll keep that tag. Oh, I guess I should also look at, I'm not super crazy about this side, and I'm not crazy about that side. I will keep the little scraps of red. I do think they really pop, and they're big scraps. I'll keep those. I don't see the need to keep these little pieces. And the rest, I will go ahead Let me see if I would want to take out. No, I'm just going to leave the sticker book hole and the chipboard hole because it's not a big mess right now. I don't know if there's a lot I would use off that though. Let's think. If I were to use this, I would use family, that. So I do think I'm going to take a minute and get out one of my page protectors, and I had a white piece of typewriter paper here just a minute ago. Here it is. And I won't show this whole process. I just kind of want to get you started to show you. I do also add chipboard that has adhesive onto this, my page protector method, because chipboard doesn't stick either. I do like the oven mitt. And I do like the 2 rolling pins. And I like the floral. And the flour and the sugar. And the word recipes. Okay, so there's actually more in here that I didn't realize I would use. I will keep the heart. I'm not sure if I would use it just because the edges have a cream kind of base to them. Cutting board and the word family. The reason I'm going to go ahead and do this with the chipboard is I'm going to now, like, I'm not going to keep any of the rest of this. It's just not my style. But now I'm going to go through, and I don't know how I ended up with 2 of the foam thickers. I'm going to go through here because there's some I would keep and some I wouldn't keep. I'd keep the hearts, and then I'm going to add these onto here. So let me go do that, and then I will be back. So went through all the ephemera, started to go through the sticker book, and most of the pages I won't use, but I just decided to keep them all. They're in there. My one thing I'm wondering now, oh, here's apparently a chipboard word that did get stuck. Where am I going to put it? Oh, I'll just flip it over. Okay, so I have this, and I have already foam shapes. So let's see, gather, kitchen. I wouldn't use close knit. Together, gather together is the ones I would use. Recipes around the table. Looks like I haven't used anything. But I would use the florals and stuff. So I'm going to keep these both in here. I was thinking I would keep them separately, but I want to keep all those florals, and I don't want to move them all around. It'll just make a bigger mess. So that is this collection. I will log it into my spreadsheet, and it is done. Did I have 2 sticker books? Oh no, I moved it. Okay. I was going to say I do not need 2 sticker books. All right. That is my collection cleanup for now. I'd love to know if you're following along. Let me know below what you think. And if you have any questions, please leave me a message below. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Bye.